Welcome back to the channel, everybody. And today is our second part of the video that we released earlier today, where we showed you how to use the dynamic brake. So today we're going to show you how to set up these engines and how to derail. No. We're going to show you how to set up the engines, the front engines and the rear engines, and we're going to show you how to get going from a dead stop on an uphill grade, because that's something that a lot of people have been asking about. Set the automatic brake handle to off. Okay. Set this to cut. And set this to trail 6. There we go. Now we got to shut all these off. Because essentially this is going to be the second engine. We're going to be driving the engine up front. So I believe that's right there. Set the radio fuse to off. Okay. Change cabs. Now, as I said, we're going to be driving from the front engine. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a run all the way back to the rear engines here. And we're going to make sure they're set up right. And more importantly, I'm going to show you guys how they should be set up. Now, if you don't know, they should be set up the same exact way that this engine is set up that we just did here. But for whatever reason, sometimes they're not set up correctly. So yeah, I'm going to take a run all the way back there and make sure they're set up correctly and show you guys. Alright guys, that is a very long walk to the other end here, but we're at the other end, and these engines should be set up the same way that we just set up the last engine there. So let's just take a seat here. We want to make sure. All right, so this is set to cut out, which that's what we want, and this is set to trail 6 or 26, which is what we want. We don't want this to be lead or dead, and we don't want this to be cut in, because this train is essentially just helping us. They should be pushing us from behind. That's what we want it to do. Now, if we go up here, this should all be set the same. Single unit or intermediate unit. Okay, radio's off. That all looks good. So, I'm assuming this is all set up right. I hope it is. We're going to go all the way back to the other end now. And get into the lead engine. Now, the lead engine is going to be set up a little bit differently. The lead engine should be cut out. Or cut in, I'm sorry. It should be set to cut in, and it should be set to lead or dead. So I'll see you guys when I get all the way back up to the front of this train. Back to the front. You will do as I say when I say back to the front. I am so sorry for that, guys. No one wants to hear that. But anyway, yes, we are indeed back to the front of our train here. And is this? Sorry, that's not the door. That's the door. I'll probably get demonetized for that. Okay, so let's sit down here. Headlight control, couple that long hood, absolutely. Long hood end, there we go. Switch on systems. I think what we really have to do is the generator. Fuel pump is on. Activate required lights on the locomotive. Absolutely. We will check that other stuff though. What we have here. Ditch lights. Not the dynamic brake. Gauge lights. Right, so we are setting this to lead. And I thought that should be... Okay, absolutely. This is going to be set to freight, which I think that's probably cut in because the other ones are cut out. Apply independent brake. So we'll do a little more than that. That to release. And I should probably put the reverser handle in there. They didn't even tell me to do that. Alright. Now, what we did, in case you didn't know, this independent brake, this is the brake for the engines only. This brake controls the brakes for the whole length of the train. So right now, because we're on a grade, if we took this brake handle off, we'd start rolling backwards. So we leave this on, and then what we do is we charge this up. So the brake pipe pressure we want at 79 psi, as you see. That is the little gauge all the way on the bottom. It says BP. Let's bump that up to 4. You can see we're already moving, even with the brake on. See, normally I would do that. I will put full application on it. 77, 78, 79. There we go. Set the throttle back to 0.
This is B251, requesting a track warrant from Salisbury Junction to Cumberland. Over.
B251, await passage of an eastbound train, then subject to signal indications, proceed from Salisbury Junction to Sandpatch. Over.
B251, subject to signal indications, proceeding from Salisbury Junction as far as Sandpatch. Out.
Okay, guys, so that is how you set up the engines. That's how you set up the front engines. That's how you set up the rear engines. That's how they should be set up to get you up this grade. Now, the next time I see you, we will be at that grade, and we'll show you how we get moving here. So I'm going to charge that throttle first. Then we'll release the brakes. Yeah, and away we go. As you can see, we're at a 0.2% grade. That's not much, but when you're hauling, what do we have here? That's not. What do we got here? 6,938 tons. That's a lot of weight. So it does take this thing quite a while to get going. Okay, boys and girls, so we're on a 0.9% grade, and we were actually on a 1.5% grade earlier, and I forgot to hit the record, so it kind of ticked me off a little bit. But we're going to try to get this train going on this 0.9% grade, which is still a pretty good grade considering how heavy we are. And I just want to say that I've had some questions about how to get the train going in the sand patch on a grade. Now, I'm not sure what scenario or timetable anybody was referring to. They didn't say. So if it's not this one, please drop in the comments which scenario or timetable you're having an issue with, and then I will play through it and try to figure out, and then I will do a video trying to help you guys to the best of my ability. Anyway, we're at a full stop here on a 0.9% grade. So we need to do the BP is dropping here, so we need to release this. We need to get that brake pipe back up to 79. Alright, the BP's up, so we're going to reduce the throttle to 3. And we're going to release the independent brake. And hopefully we'll get moving. Okay, hold on here. Okay, so that was my bad, guys. What you have to do when... Oh, man. That was my mistake. What you have to do is when you have this set and you're bringing the BP up, you got to set this back to 0. Okay, so let's put that full brake application on. Let's let this calm down. Now that's weird. Now that's got us at a 1% downgrade. Downhill grade. That's strange. So let's build the pressure here. Hey, it's your friendly neighborhood Shredhead here, and I'm going to assume that this is what you guys were talking about, that you can't get the train going again, because right now I cannot get the train moving for anything. But we do figure out what the problem was, and I am really glad that this happened to me in the video so we could work through it and figure out what is going on together. And like I said, I hope this is what you guys are talking about. I hope this is what's happening to you guys. And if it is, we know how to fix it now. So that's the good thing. So let's get back to the video, and let's get back to where I actually got this moving, and I'll explain to you guys what I did wrong. Okay, and there we go. We're starting to move. So give it some sand, and that, guys, that is how you get it going. As you can see, it would not start. So what you want to do is when you stop it, set this to handle off. and then you want to set this to release. Then you need to build the BP up with the throttle while you have the independent brake on full, which is 79 or 80. Then you release the throttle. Then you put the throttle back up to about 4. Release the independent brake, and as you can see, we're moving. And don't be afraid to use the sand. Sand is not just for snow and ice. It's also for any time you need extra traction to get going. Another thing is, you don't want to give it too much throttle at this point, because the wheels will just slip and you'll actually start reducing speed again. So yeah, I hope you guys found this informative. I hope this is what you guys were looking for. Again, if not, just drop in the comments which scenario it was and maybe which timetable it was that you were having an issue with, and then I'll check it out. But yeah, as you can see, we were on a grade and I could not get it moving, but then I figured it out. So that's how you want to do it, guys. It's all about doing it in the right steps. So again, just to go over it one more time, if you're at a complete stop, you want to put your independent brake all the way on. Then you got to set this to off, and then fully release it. You turn your throttle up so you can build your BP up. Once it builds up to 79 or 80, turn the throttle off. Keep it off for a couple seconds, I would say, and then put it up to about throttle 3 or 4. Let your amps build. Take off your independent brake, and you'll get rolling. So guys, if this helped and you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe, don't be afraid to comment and share if you want. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all having a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.